Hi, my name is Basret and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. So we've already looked at setting up TypeScript for full stack development as well as setting it up for pure Node.js backend development. In this video, we will look at how to set up TypeScript for pure front-end development. Let's go. So we start off with an empty directory in which we will initialize a new package.json. Once that is done, we will go ahead and install Webpack along with Webpack CLI and Webpack Dev Server. Webpack is required to bundle JavaScript in a fashion that works in web browsers. Now, if we want to use TypeScript with Webpack, all we need is a TypeScript compiler along with the TypeScript loader for Webpack. And once we have TypeScript installed, we can use it to initialize a new tsconfig file. Let's open up this folder in our IDE. We'll set up a few build targets. A build target for deployment and a start target for live development, in which we run Webpack Dev Server, serving up the public folder. The -p flag stands for production and the -d flag stands for development. Next for Webpack is setting up a webpack.config.js file. Within our Webpack config, we have a single export where we specify the application entry point along with an output path and file name. Add TS and TSX to the resolvable extensions and specify that for these TS and TSX files, Webpack should use TS Loader. The only TypeScript specific stuff here are the resolve and the module section. Now there are a few things that we will specify for TypeScript. For example, we will enable JSX with mode React and also include only the files in the source folder. Might as well enable decorators as well if you're going to use something like mobx. Now let's go ahead and create our main application entry point. Now within our application entry point, we will assert that document is going to be present, and from there we're going to get element by ID, root, and ensure that it is present, and use text content to set its content to hello world. Now in order to load the bundle.js file, we will go ahead and create a new public folder, and within that create an index.html file. Within that file, we'll just create an HTML tag followed by a body tag followed by a div with an ID, root, that we will be targeting from our JavaScript. As soon as the root div is loaded, we will go ahead and load the script built over bundle.js that will be generated by Webpack. And now we can start our live development workflow by running npm start. This starts Webpack Dev Server, which starts serving up the public folder at localhost 8080. Now as we go ahead and modify our main application with new logic, Webpack will automatically recompile our TypeScript to JavaScript, followed by bundling it into bundle.js and reloading the Webpack Dev Server connected hosts. And when you are ready to deploy your application, you can simply run the build target that we set up in our package.json, which invokes Webpack with the production flag, which generates the build bundle.js, allowing us to publish the contents of the public folder to a web server. Now these were all the steps that you needed to start a base TypeScript front-end project. You could use this folder as a basis for any new projects that you would be starting, so you don't actually need to do these steps again and again. Now with this basic folder structure and files, it is actually quite easy to add a framework like React. For that, we will simply install React and React DOM, and because we are using TypeScript, we will also add the type definitions for React and React DOM. Now we can jump to our main application entry point. Import React as well as React DOM, and use React DOM to render a div with the text Hello React to the same root div in the document body. And when we start our server, you can see that we now have a React application. And this also live reloads whenever we make changes to our code base. The great thing about React is the ability to refactor your code into components. For example, we can create a hello component which takes a single text property of type string and renders it out into an h1. Provide some text. Hello again. And we can even reuse these components as many times as we want. And because we are using TypeScript, we can even go ahead and refactor any property or any component as our code base matures and we come up with better names and concepts. So that was a quick primer on getting started with web application development with TypeScript, along with an additional supplementary material on how to use React in this environment. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, please share it with your mates. As always, I'm Basrat, and thanks for watching.